Hello, 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 everyone. This is your girl Shanidra with Beyond the Cover. I am so excited, you guys, on today because today's topic is make a U-turn because you're going the wrong way. So you're going to have to make that U-turn. Look at you. Quit looking at everybody else, pointing the finger at everybody else because it's you. So you make that U-turn and look at you. Now, as we know, we have to see the video, before I give you the tea. So, I know that didn't even go. That just messed the whole thing up. But, we have to have the COVID-proof tea because COVID is real and it's still out here. So you want to get these COVID-proof mugs. You want to get your journal out. You want to get to the page. You want to have your divider. You want all of that to get your pen, all of it. So you can take down these notes, get this revelation, sweetheart. Right after this video, we're going to jump right into it. Now, like I told you in my last video, because we're doing shows with clothes, and I'm going to show you my outfit of the day. But if the signal decides to act up again, I will just politely play one of our videos. It'll just be free advertising. It's simple. We're not playing these games with the enemy today. So, I'm so excited, but we're going to get into this video, and right after the video, we're going to get into the message. So, yes. Today's fit for today is a lavender crossbody. It only has one shoulder off. Beautiful lavender dress. I'm gonna briefly show you guys. Yes. Here's one of our purses that go perfectly with it. You can hold it like this, or it also has a strap for you to strap on either to wear it on the side or as a crossbody over your head. So we have this purse available. This is already on my website, so you can go to the website located below, seaportraitsmagazine.com. But we got to get into it, honey. I got to give y'all this tea. When y'all get y'all COVID-proof mugs that y'all can take to work because it has a lid on it. Sip your tea, write down your revelations in your revelation journals. Honey, because this tea today, y'all know I always tell you guys about Jonah and how y'all should read the book of Jonah. And that we're not doing Jonah the way that churches do Jonah and we're coloring a boat in a fish. Because that has nothing to do with the principle of the story. So we're gonna dig deeper. We're gonna go beyond the cover today, sweetheart. Cause right now, God said, you need to make a U-turn. You need to look at you right now. You're going the wrong way, sweetheart. Now, we're gonna start with the book of Jonah. We're gonna start with the word, because I told y'all don't put my father's name on stuff. And if you ain't gonna put it with his word. So we're in the book of Jonah. There is an actual book of Jonah. And we're just gonna read until God tells us to stop, pretty much. So Jonah, the first chapter, starting at the first verse, it says, the word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Second verse, it says, go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. So God is he came before Jonah, telling Jonah, look, I need you to go to Nineveh because their wickedness has came before me. And, I need you to go there and warn them that I see them and their wickedness. That's what we're on. Okay. 3, verse 3. First chapter of Jonah, verse 3. It says, But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed to Tarshish. So we just heard God tell Jonah to go to Nineveh. He didn't say Tarshish. He said Nineveh to preach against it because they over there being wicked in Nineveh, not Tarshish, Nineveh. But no, Jonah heard the Lord tell him that. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying the fare, so you're gonna pay for this whooping. You're gonna pay for going the opposite way of God. Anytime God tell you to do something, you go the opposite way. You walking yourself into a storm. You caused the storm that because you decided to do the opposite of what God told you to do. So quit crying and blaming everybody and make that you turn and look at you because God ain't going to show you nobody but you. So you're going to have to make that you turn. You're going the wrong way. You're going to Tarshish and God told you to go to Nineveh. You sit here hanging and chilling with the wicked people and God told you not to hang and chill with the wicked. He told you to preach against it. And here you are hanging and doing the same thing. What? So, he paid after paying the fare. So he saw a ship bound for the port. After paying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the Lord. Dude, you can't hide from God. Girl, you can't hide from God. But you gonna flee from God. God can't see you. He see you. Make that U-turn, sweetheart. You going the wrong way. He see you. And you're going to have to make that U-turn. You're going to have to look at you because you know that you are in the wrong. You are going the wrong way. You wonder why all the tail is breaking loose because you're going the wrong way. Let's see what happened. Now he's getting on the ship. He done paid his fare to flee from the Lord. 4. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea. Huh? You thought you could hide. Now you wonder why all this hell breaking loose. Oh man, I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, when you went the wrong way, the opposite way that God told you to go, after He gave you all these warnings and all this stuff, telling you, "Hey, I need you to go tell these people to preach against what they're doing because they're wicked, and I see them, and I just want you to tell them." In Nineveh, but no, you want to go to Tarshish and flee from the Lord and flee from what He said. So the Lord, like, okay. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. The ship was about to break up. All the sailors were afraid, and each cried out to his own God. So the sailors are, in their own beliefs. They believe, whatever they believe in their God, their little crystal, whatever. So they're calling on their God. It ain't going to help them. Because the Almighty is the one that's causing this. So you're going to have to call the Almighty to get out of this, sweetheart. But anyway, so it says all the sailors were afraid and each cried out to his own God, little g. And they threw the cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. So they thinking, is our ship too heavy? We got to throw this stuff off the ship. They throwing everything but. So they throwing stuff to lighten the ship because they thinking that that's what's causing this. But Jonah had gone below the deck where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. So Jonah, the one that's causing all this hell on this ship, because he's the one that God called to do a simple thing, to go to Nineveh. He called him to do that, but he thought he could flee from God and not do what God told him to do. Now he done caused all this hell to break loose on this ship. He's the one. because he was called by God. And anytime that you're called by God and you think you're going to run and go the opposite way, you causing all this hell in your life. And they're going to have to throw you off the ship. Now, because you need to make that U-turn and look at you. You know what you're doing. But Jonah had gone below the deck where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain went to him and said, "How can you sleep?" He looking like, hold on, let me. Okay, we're back. Jonah is, I mean, the captain of the ship came down like, how can you sleep? He asking him, how can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us so that we will not perish. He's like, what are you doing? You need to call on your God. Hold on. Every time. Hi, okay. He's like, you need to call on your God because we don't know what's going on. But how can you sleep while we over here wrecking and all this? Like our ship about to wreck and you down here sleep? You need to call on your God, see if he can stop us from perishing. That's what they're saying. Like, help us. Like, what you doing? Then the sailors said to each other, come, let us cast lots to find out who is responsible for this calamity. So they cast the lots. They're like, let's see. Huh. They cast lots and the lots fell on Jonah. You can't hide. You cannot hide from God. So now they all looking at Jonah like, oh, you the one that's causing all this calamity? You? The lots fell on you, sweetheart. You causing all this calamity. You the one that's fault. Leaving God and you the one? So they asked him, tell us, who is responsible for making all this trouble for us? What kind of work do you do? Where do you come from? What is your country? From what people are you? Like, what are you? We need to find out what's going on. Why are you on our ship anyway? Like, what you know how we are. We're gonna be asking 50 million questions like what the what? Now, any other time we sail, it ain't this problem. Ever since you done got on our boat, all of a sudden we got all this hell breaking loose. What's going on? Where you from? What you got going on? Where you work? That's what they asking. Where are you from? And what people are you? He answered, I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. This terrified them. They're like, oh shoot. Like, oh, he's a Hebrew, and he's the one that worshiped the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. Oh, snaps. So this terrified them, and they asked, what have you done? Like, what the heck? What have you done to cause all of this? Dang, we over here trying to live, and you sitting here causing all this calamity on our ship. What have you done? They knew he was running away from the Lord because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, what should we do to you to make this sea calm down for us? Like, what should we do? We need to do something because this sea ain't calming down, and it's because of you. Now we know it's because of you. What should we do with you? He said, pick me up and throw me into the sea, he replied, and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you. So they like, what? You want us to throw you over the sea? Like, we need to talk about this. Like, let's make sure that you ain't gonna get us in trouble if we throw you over the sea, into the sea. So instead, the men did their best to row back to the land, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder than before. Then they cried out to the Lord, please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. They're like, please help us, Lord. Like, don't take us for taking his life. Like, we ain't got nothing to do with him running from you. And he said, do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man for you. Lord, have done as you please. He said, then they took Jonah and threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. At this, the men greatly feared the Lord, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows to him. So, this point, they done threw Jonah over the boat, because they like, look, Lord, now we're about to throw him over the boat. Please don't kill us for doing what he asked us to do. He told us that this would make it calm. Here we ain't trying to be in sin anymore. Even they getting some act right. While Jonah over here running, God's called. God called him for a purpose, and he want to flee from his purpose. You can't make that U-turn. Look at what you're doing. You know what God is telling you to do. You need to do it. Quit trying to flee. You can't hide from God. You're causing all this drama and calamity in your life because you're running. Because you don't want to deal with or face what you have to face and oh, I'm not about to go through all of that. Oh, no. Oh, no, what? You going through it. Dang, at least have God with you. Make that U-turn. You're going the wrong way. And you know you are. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what God is calling you to do, but you scared to do what God told you to do. But you out here doing what your boss tell you to do, everybody else tell you to do. You're not scared to do that. But when God tell you to tell these people that they've been wicked and they only got 40 days to live before God destroy all of them, you're going to destroy all of them. Not some of them, not part of them. He like, I done noticed their wickedness. Now I need you to go tell them that I see their wickedness and they better repent or I'm destroying all of them. Period. Period. Now, I'm not judging Jonah because Shanita was in her Jonah moment. Like I keep telling y'all over and over and over again. Shanita did not want to do these videos. I didn't even know. I'm like, God, why me? I'm not a preacher or nothing. I'm a teacher, but I'm not a preacher. And he was like, exactly, you're going to teach my people how to get the revelations and how to get my word and how to get some act right. You are. And I'm like, I had my Jonah moment. I'm like, Lord, I want to talk to these people. They don't want to hear. They can't hear you. You tell them stuff that they did, and they act like they just never did stuff. And I don't have time to be talking to people that is just delusional. That's what I call people that they know they're doing wrong or they know what they did to you. And what did I do? But you want to sit here and act delusional as if you've never done anything. And I'm like, God, you really want me? I don't have the patience for this. So I had my Jonah moment and I got my butt whooped. I had my little storm too. And I got smacked right because when I realized that Shanidra was telling God no, because I thought I was just saying no to myself, like, no, I'm not gonna do these videos. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I like being behind the camera. I know that he's the one that blessed me with the gift to be behind the camera and to do the camera. So that's what I'm gonna do. No, that's my gift, but my calling is to help others and bring the light to others to let them know that, hey, God ain't playing. You're causing them curses on your life. by being disobedient. The reason why you can't hear from God is because you're in sin. When you're in sin, here are you. When you're not in sin, this is you and God. You can hear him and everything. He said his sheep hear his voice. So if you are his sheep, you should be able to hear his voice. But you can't hear his voice if you're in sin. So every time you're in sin, you get further and further apart from God. So you can't hear from God if you're all the way over yonder. If you're fleeing, if you're doing the Jonah. So the only way to hear from God is to go right back to God like this. Repent, turn from your wicked ways. Turn from your wicked ways. That's why I always say first, turn from your wicked ways. Turn from your wicked ways. Stop doing what you're doing that you know that God told you not to do. You know right from wrong. I'm not gonna baby spoon these grown folks. I'm not here to sit here and baby feed y'all because that's enabling. We have enabled too many grown folks to be crybabies and to not take accountability for their actions. They're so sensitive and you can't tell them the truth. No, God told us to tell them the truth. And we cannot run from telling them the truth. See, that was my problem. I was like, Lord, they don't understand the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. And he was like, but Jesus still told them the truth. And he preached my word. He said, what Jesus told him. When they was trying to call him demon possessed and all this stuff, he was like, why don't you understand what I'm saying? When I speak the truth, it's because your father is the father of lies, Satan, and the truth does not lie in him. Because you can't understand what I'm saying, and I'm speaking the truth. Why you can't understand what I'm saying and I'm speaking the truth? So God was like, don't worry about your adversaries. I got your adversaries. They want to pretend and act like they don't understand the truth. Then let me deal with them. But your job is to tell them the truth. And I'm telling y'all the truth. You're not going to be blessed in your mess. You need to stop your mess. You can't hear from God and be blessed if you in your mess. You separated yourself. When you're in sin, you separate from God. Sin and God is not that's not a line. That's just like confusion. God is not the author of confusion. So where there's a lot of confusion up in your life, God is not in there. So you need to make that U-turn and go the right way because you're going the wrong way right now. And you wondering why, oh, this ain't working out, and oh, this, and I don't know what's going on in my life. You can be blessed and you can be cursed. God put that in his word. You don't follow his commandments, this is going to be taken from you. You follow his commandments, this will be added onto you. Simple. But if you don't want to change and you're gonna be you and I've been like this for 50 years and I ain't changing, then okay, don't change. That's insanity. You want to not change and be the same and expect a different result. That's insanity. So that's foolish. It's what God called foolish, a foolish person stuck in their own mind. And I mean, so I'm not judging Jonah because I had my Jonah moment. I didn't want to talk to people, so I understand Jonah. I don't want to talk to people that, you know, can't. I'll be like, do you speak in the English? Because people act like they don't speak English. They act like they just can't see what they're doing wrong. Like they can slap you right now and be like, I did not slap you. And you'd be like, what in the world? Are you really that delusional? Are you really that much in denial with reality? You're not in reality. People are so far from reality. I don't know where they are. They're so lost in the sauce. I'm like, dang. But I'm not here to judge anyone. All I'm here to let you know is that you need to get out of that sauce that you lost in. Make that U-turn. Look at you. Quit pointing the finger at everybody else. Oh, well, such and such didn't do this, or if they would have helped me out, I would have been right here. And if da 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 da. No. If you would have did what you needed to do, get off your butt. Quit making excuses. You got every excuse. You got more excuses than you have for solutions. What is your solution to any of these problems? Oh, I can't. Oh, that's good enough for you. You can say I can't with kids. I can't. I can't say I can't. And I learned I can't say no to God. I done had my storms. So this ain't no just book of Jonah. This is real life. I'm trying to give y'all the reality of it. When you're not doing what God told you to do, he tap you on the shoulder and he like, do this. Let my people know this. I didn't feel qualified to do it. But that's what God qualifies you. But see, I was stuck in the world thing. I was thinking that, oh well, this person has to tell me, you know. God talks to you and he will tell you. And you have to be able to listen and stand firm on what he told you to do. But you can't hear him if you so focus on the things of this world, the thing that he told you not to focus on. But if you focus more on his word, you'll be able to hear a lot from him. If you spend more time with him, you'll be able to understand what he is doing in your life. It's not going to always make sense. That's why he said, lean not into your own understanding and acknowledge him in all of your ways and allow God to direct your path. Nobody else, he didn't say, let everybody direct your path and let your boss direct your path and let your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your sister, your brother, let everybody else but me know. He said, he, God, not Shanidra, not nobody else. God will direct your path. Period. So if he tell you to do something, you need to do it. Period. I'm doing it. Period. I don't care what nobody say. Period. Because that's what my father told me to do. So if they have a problem with it, they can take it up with God. He said, don't worry about your adversaries. Because he got your adversaries. So he got my adversaries. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Long as I stick with the right thing that is right in his word and I don't sugarcoat his word, I got in trouble for sugarcoating stuff to people. I'm telling you, this is some real stuff. God ain't playing. He's sick of his children acting like children and they grown in their 50s and stuff. You're too old. You are too old, 40s and 50s. You too old. I feel like I'm too old and I'm in my 30s. I'm in the 30s. I'm 33. I feel like I'm too old. He's not playing with you right now. This is not playtime. It's like you don't want your kids playing around with you and they expecting stuff and you like, how can you expect anything with the way you act? Well, how can you expect anything from God with the way you acted? It's the same thing. My father ain't retarded. My father is smart. He's all knowing, honey. He created all things, honey. So you're not going to keep insulting my father's intelligence. Now, if you want to continue to be foolish and stay in your foolish ways, then that's you. You're going to have to make that U-turn one of these days and look at you and quit pointing the finger at everybody else and, oh, well, this person stopped me from. No, you stopped you from, because can't nobody stop you from nothing. Couldn't nobody stop Joseph from being who God said that Joseph was going to be. Nobody, not even his brothers. They tried it, but it didn't work. Didn't nobody stop Jesus? Didn't nobody stop? Nobody can stop you. These are prime examples. God tells you in His Word who of your jealous people. He tells you about deceitful people. He tells you about all types of people that you need to be aware of. But that's who you're going to. That's who you want to listen to, because you want to hear what you want to hear. And if anybody tell you anything outside of what you want to hear, oh, you don't want to hear it. I ain't got time for that. Oh, no, don't tell me that. Well, you don't want to hear the truth. You want to stay in denial. Well, just say you want to stay in denial and you don't want to be in tune with reality. Because you're not in tune with reality acting like that. You can't even take accountability for your actions. Nothing you do is wrong. And God said anybody that say that they have never seen, the truth does not lie in them. So you're not fooling God. He see you as a bone-faced liar. He ain't impressed with the fake you. He ready for you to be in tune with the real you. He ready for you to find you. But you can't find you until you make that U-turn because you're going the wrong way. And you know you are. But you want to blame everybody else for you. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I don't need likes and views and all of that. All I got to do is do what God told me to do the way He told me to do it, and I'm fine. I'm not worried about anybody's nothing because my Father, I mean, He brings me peace. Doing what He tells me to do, I have all the peace in the world. And I was trying to please other people and trying to prove this and prove that. I was like, mm-mm. That was so stressful because you can't please nobody because they stuck in their own mind. So whatever they think is what they're gonna think. Period. There's no proof you can give them. They're just stuck in their own mind. And I finally realized what talking to a brick wall was when I got older. It was just like, oh, that's what they mean when people just really can't hear nothing you sing because they just and then you know that they don't hear nothing you sing because they'll say something that is totally off from what you're saying, and you're like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, you know what I'm talking. You're like, I know, because you're not saying nothing pertaining to what we're talking about. You're just saying stuff that's in your head, that's not in tune with reality. So today, make that U-turn. You're going the wrong way. Look at you. Quit pointing the finger at everybody else. Quit acting delusional. You look delusional when people are telling you, hey, you did this. You know you did it. But then you're gonna lie. What are you talking about? They don't make you look like they don't make you look smart, don't make you look nothing. It makes you look delusional. It makes people scared of you, like, what in the world? She didn't realize she just, did that. And she gonna act like she didn't do it. Like people don't look at you like, oh my gosh, she don't know. No, they look at you like, what in the world? You're not in tune with reality. Like you didn't really understand. Like you know what you're doing. God know what you're doing. So whether you faking and acting like you didn't do nothing and acting like this God see you, sweetheart. That's why you stuck. God ain't gonna bless that. And you over here causing all this confusion in everybody's life because you're miserable. You are the reason. Don't blame nobody else. Don't blame your kids. Don't blame your grandkids. Don't blame nobody but you. You are the reason that you are where you're at. Your jealousy and your envy. You need to make that you turn and look in the mirror. You need to look at you. You're going the wrong way, sweetheart. You're causing that storm in your life. You're going the wrong way, sweetheart. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing with you because you can't grow. You're gonna still think that you're not doing anything wrong unless somebody finally tell you that you're wrong. And they're gonna have to stand firm and tell you you are wrong. You know you're wrong. And you're wrong in God's eyes. So whether you fooling everybody else, God ain't being fooled. So you should be scared right now. Because God see you and He's warning you right now. He see your wickedness. And He's warning you right now. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying whatever He has to say. But He's warning you right now. This is your fair warning. Just like He told Jonah to talk to the people in Nineveh, because He's letting them know, look, I've noticed their wickedness. I'm warning you right now. So this is your warning. Turn from your wicked ways. Make that U-turn. Look at you. Look in the mirror. And it's not going to be cute because, honey, I didn't like the way I was. When I had to look at in the mirror and see Shanidra's nasty attitude. I didn't want to see that. Who want to see that? And God was like, that's you. I'm like, me? I don't act like that. Oh, yeah, Shanita was acting. I had a nasty attitude. I had an ugly mouth. I did. And God had to fix it. because I would give you the business as raw, uncut as I could, and let you know exactly who you are. But there's a way to do it. God wants us to tell the truth and tell people the truth. I was in a line, but He wants us to do it in love. And honey, when I would tell you the truth about you, it was nothing nice. But now, I try to do it in love. Um, because I have to tell you. But I try to do it in a way where you're not feeling attacked. You're not feeling judged. Because that's what I hate. I hate when somebody attacking me. I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know the path I've been on. You don't know me. So how are you going to judge me? Get to know me before you say anything. Because you don't know me. So since I don't know y'all, I'm not judging y'all. I'm just telling y'all to do right. You know right from wrong. And God is telling you to do right. Make that U-turn, look at yourself. You know the things that you need to fix. Just try to start work on fixing it. That's the only way you can change. Doing the same thing is insanity and expecting a different result. It's insanity. Y'all have to look that up. And hopefully y'all can comprehend what y'all reading and see that that's what it says and know that that's what it says. I'm telling y'all, dealing with grown folks, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of delusional people out here that you just be looking at them like, what in the world? But nevertheless, God will still bless, but not in your mess. So He's not going to bless you in your mess. He's not going to bless you while you disobedient. He's not going to bless you while you in sin, while you causing confusion, thinking you getting away with stuff. You're not. You're causing the storms and you're on your boat. You're not stopping nobody else but you. God's people, anytime you pray against them, that just provokes God to bless us even more. I'll be like, dang, somebody must be really, because God just dropping them. So, honey, I'm like, thank you, hater. You need to thank your haters. Like Joseph said, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Just did your part. Played your part, sweetheart. You played your part. Thank you. That's what he told him. He told his brothers, thank you. They thought they had stopped Joseph, but they didn't. They had to still bow down to Joseph. But Joseph told them. So, can't nobody stop nothing that God has ordained. So, what are you worried about? When you should be worried about if you are in the wrong and you're doing the wrong thing and you're making the wrong turn. You could turn around, make that U-turn, and look at you and stop what you are doing that is not of God. God sees you. You're not getting away with it. Just like Jonah didn't get away with it. He even prayed. So your little prayers and all that stuff while you still being wicked. Let's read. Jonah now, the Lord provided a huge fish to swallow Jonah up. And Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord his God, and he said, this is what he said. I mean, you can pray all you want, but you got to stop the sin. He said, in my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the deep, in the realm of the dead, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths and into the very heart of the seas, and the current swirled about me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sight. Yet I will look again toward your holy temple. The engulfing waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. seaweed was wrapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath buried me in forever. But you, Lord, my God, brought my life up from the pit. So he's trying to say all this stuff. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to you, to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. But I, with shouts of grateful praise, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will make good. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord. And the Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah unto the dry land. Now, Jonah prayed the first night, though. And he was in there for 3 days and 3 nights. 3 nights. So he prayed like, Lord, give me help to this, over here. But you still want none. No. I believe you when you ready to make that sacrifice. When you ready to do what I told you to do. You ready to do what I told you to do. And soon as he got out the fish, it says Jonah goes to Nineveh. He said, then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you. Jonah obeyed. He like, okay. He learned his lesson. Are you going to learn your lesson? He went to Nineveh. Now, Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming 40 more days, and Nineveh will be overthrown. They only had 40 days. God was about to overthrow the whole large city. Period. 40 days. That's all they had left. Clear. God was tired of their wickedness. We don't know how long you got. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all or prophet lie to y'all and say, oh, you only got 40 days and God about to do it. I don't know how many days God given you. All I know is you have today to choose ye this day whom you going to serve with your actions. Make that U-turn. Look at you. Look at the things that you need to be changing, that you know that you need to be changing. Do what you know God is wanting you to do. I can't tell you what God wants you to do. It's between you and God. God is the only one who can direct your path. I can't direct your path. God said He will direct your path. So I always say that because I don't want people looking at me. I want them to look at God because only God, He predestined you for a purpose. He knows the purpose that He predestined you for. So make the U-turn, turn around, and start going on the right path. That's all He's asking you to do. Go on the right path. Preach against this wickedness. Do what is right. Don't go along. Oh yeah, girl, you ha ha ha. Don't go along with that gossip. Don't be doing the things of this world. We can't do the things of this world. I'm not consumed with the things of this world. Oh, you don't watch the news? You know, I sure do not. I watch this. I'm spiritually guided, so I know what I need to be doing. When you're spiritually guided, because this is a spiritual warfare, and y'all can't even see what's going on spiritually because y'all are not spiritually inclined because y'all are not spending time with God, the Holy Spirit. And y'all are not letting the Spirit of the Lord guide y'all like He told y'all He needed to do. So that's what you need to do. Turn from your wicked ways so His sheep can hear His voice. If you are His sheep, you will hear His voice. But you must stop your singing. You're too far away. You can't hear. He can't. You all the way out here in sin. He didn't move. You did. So turn around, make that U-turn. and do what you know God wants you to do. Know that He loves you. Know that if you're still breathing, you still got time. You still breathing right now. You got time to turn around and make that U-turn. He's giving you a chance. He see your weakness. You can't hide from him. Can't lie to him. So just do what's right. That's all I have for you guys today. Let's go beyond.